Brazil's political crisis deepens as former President Jair Bolsonaro is placed under house arrest by the Supreme Court for allegedly plotting a coup. Justice Alexandre de Moraes ruled that Bolsonaro violated prior judicial orders and imposed strict new restrictions on him. The far-right leader is now banned from using a cell phone and receiving visitors, except lawyers or those approved by the court. The arrest order comes as Bolsonaro stands trial for allegedly plotting a coup following his 2022 election loss. He is accused of conspiring with allies to overturn the election results in a coordinated attempt to stay in power. Bolsonaro's team confirmed the house arrest and acknowledged the court's ban on mobile phone use, even through intermediaries. Justice Moraes cited Bolsonaro's non-compliance with prior restraining orders issued just last month by the court. Senator and son of Brazil's ex-president Jair Bolsonaro, Flavio Bolsonaro, called his father's house arrest a display of vengeance ahead of the former leader's trial for an alleged coup plot.
Obviously, I received this news with great indignation. This is yet another sad chapter in Brazil's history, where we are now officially living under a dictatorship in which a single person alone decrees the arrest of a former president of the republic. This is a very clear and undeniable demonstration of revenge for the severe sanctions he personally suffered under the Magnitsky Act, and also a very clear and direct response. He must have been profoundly bothered by the overwhelming show of affection, genuine care, and unwavering trust in Bolsonaro that was so prominently displayed yesterday all across Brazil, where well over 1 million people enthusiastically took to the streets. So what Brazil is experiencing today is very sad. And I hope you know that the Supreme Court at some point manages to put a stop to this person who is not only bringing great discredit to the court, where public opinion already sees it as having much less credibility than even the National Congress itself, but also because, well, a person without limits like Alexandre de Moraes. So it's really unfortunate what's happening in Brazil. It's truly cowardly what he is doing to the former president of the republic, who has never once refused to fully comply with judicial decisions and has appeared throughout all these numerous dozens of cases that have been opened against him, basically by Alexandre de Moraes. He should absolutely never be judging President Bolsonaro because he is a public enemy of President Bolsonaro. The measures that President Trump actually takes are not, truly manipulated by Eduardo Bolsonaro, for God's sake. It's genuinely hard to believe that he could somehow manipulate or indeed mislead someone like Trump, or even make him consider only what Eduardo specifically says. Eduardo just consistently keeps people at the White House fully updated on precisely what's happening here in Brazil. The decisions that are made are not within Eduardo Bolsonaro's authority.
This comes as tensions rise as the case now draws international attention, especially from the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump. The U.S. connection took center stage when Trump imposed a 50% tariff on Brazilian goods to what he called a witch hunt. Trump has repeatedly defended Bolsonaro and condemned Brazil's legal proceedings as politically motivated persecution. The U.S. State Department's Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs called the house arrest unjust and politically motivated. Brazilian President Lula da Silva and other leaders are facing nationalist backlash over the rising tension. Supporters of former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro gathered near his residence after authorities placed him under house arrest.
I want to say, with all due respect to President Trump, you are misinformed. misinformed. The United States does not have a trade deficit with Brazil. We made the payment in Mariana a month ago. I was supposed to come last month, but it didn't work. I will try and fight on all fronts so that this tax does not go through. I will fight at the AMC. I will talk to my BRICS colleagues. Now, if there's absolutely no way through meaningful conversation face to face, we will certainly establish reciprocity. If they impose taxes on us here, we'll impose taxes on them there. If they impose taxes on us here, we'll impose taxes on them there and tax them there again.